Alright guys, Will here from ZaltekReviews.com. Today I'm taking a look at another model from Borealis. I've reviewed quite a few Borealis watches over the last year or so, and today we've got the Mk2 version of the Sea Storm, and it's a GMT with obviously the new Seiko NH34 GMT movement. This video is sponsored by Borealis. This actual watch that's in front of you is a prototype, and it'll be going back to Carlos in Portugal. But I have been promised a colour of my choice once the production ones are ready, which I think is about February, March, around about then. Right, play the intro. Right guys, where do I start? Good start, eh? Professional video as always. Price of these, you can get them from, if you pay the deposit, the full deposit, 100%. It's $390. And to be honest with you, I've yet to... In fact, what's the other one that I reviewed? The Vesuvius watches. That had the NH34 GMT movement. That was a nice watch as well. This one I really like too. Obviously the colourway that I've got is the white full lume no date version. And to be honest with you, this is the exact model I'll be picking. I'm no keen on the date version because the date is at 4:30, which I don't like. I've never liked that. So I'll go for this white full lume version with no date. Right, anyway, let's talk dimensions. My own dimensions as per usual. Case diameter is 41.3. Thickness, the total thickness including the sapphire and everything is 13.7. Lug to lug 48.1, and it has a 20mm lug width. On the bracelet, sized up for my 6 3/4 inch wrist, it weighs in at 165 grams. So it's not overly heavy, but there's a fair bit of heft to it, you could say. What's next? The movement, as I mentioned, Seiko NH34 GMT, which is a 3 Hz movement, 21,600 vibrations an hour, which is 6 ticks per second. It's got 24 joules, hackable, self-winding with a 40-ish hour power reserve. It's pretty much the same specs as the NH35. But obviously you get that fourth hand, GMT hand. As you might have seen other reviews of this. I know Random Rob done a review of this, and so did Jody from Just One More Watch. I'll leave a link to both their videos in the description, so you don't just need to take what I'm saying about the watch. You can also look at their reviews. Both are quite positive reviews anyway, so, and this one's going to be the same. I like this watch. A bit chunkier than I would normally wear, just personal preference, that's all. But once on the wrist, you know, it's really comfortable, nice bracelet. Wears well, conforms to your wrist. I'll show you a wrist shot on that later. And I've got various B-roll that I'll put into the video here and there, plus a lume shot and everything else. Right, the case. Brushed and with polished accents. The brushing's really nice, it's really fine. Got a polished chamfered edge that runs right along the top there, right across the edge of the lugs. and it's nicely done. Good transition between the brushing and the polishing. Bracelet's nice as well, and it matches the watch perfectly. As you can see there, looking at the light there. It's a nice bracelet. Female end length, screw pins. Nice, quite short links, so you're going to get a good fit. It's the standard Borealis clasp. It's no bad one, but I've seen better. Brushed all over. I'm pretty sure that's pressed at the housing. Yeah, that's pressed. Milled, what do you call it? Bridge hands. Polished fold over, which I'm not a fan of, because that's going to scuff up quite bad over time. I think it's already been. Is there a wee scratch on that? I think so. It is signed. You got the Borealis B there, and as I say, it's polished on the sides. I forgot to mention that. Brushed on top. But it's a really nice bracelet. I do think that Carlos could upgrade the clasp a wee bit, or even just keep that as it is, but I would brush the fold over part. If you wanted to polish a part of the clasp, then you could polish the chamfered edge along the edges, both edges, and that would give it a more cohesive look. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the bracelet. It's nice. Definitely worth the cost, considering, what's this cost again? $390. Aye, definitely. Aye. What else have we got? Screw down crown, signed, and the polished the end of it. I'm not too keen on the polishing, I'd rather that was brushed. But hey ho. These are just my personal preferences and what I would do. Right, what's next? I forgot to mention there's drilled lugs as well. You probably spotted that. The bezel, it's 120 click unidirectional. Given the price tag, I kind of expected it. Obviously, it's 24 hour, only goes one way. See, to be honest with you, it doesn't bother me, because on a GMT watch like this, I just use the GMT hand to track one other time zone, and that's it. I didn't bother using the bezel. Plus, if it's bi-directional, depending on the spring that's inside. I mean, I've had some bi-directional bezels and they're just too sloppy, you know what I mean? And you can sometimes accidentally knock it and it'll move. And so, personally speaking, if I had to use it, I would prefer it was like this. Some might say you would want maybe ball bearings in there and, 24 click, perhaps, just for that, but fuck, I'll never use it anyway. The only thing I'm concerned about is making sure it lines up 100%, and thankfully this one does. I went too far. No. Right, it lines up anyway, I know that much. I've just looked at it. Lines up perfectly, so that's all that matters to me. Right, what's next? The dial, it's a matte dial. Everything's printed. I need to apologise about the lighting, by the way. I forgot to charge my wee spot lamp. I've got two big lamps at the side, and I normally have one at the top pointing down, but it's not charged, and it takes hours to charge properly, so I thought I'd just wing it and show you as it is with these big lamps, but you get a lot of shadows and stuff when it's at the wrong angle. What was I going to say? What was next? The dial. Matte dial, everything's printed. I've got to admit, this is my favourite version, as I said. I do love the black Arabics and the hour markers, the minute track, the black surrounds on the hands, and obviously you have the orange GMT hand. Just basic printing, the Borealis logo below the 12. 300 metres water resistance, and you also have like automatic there. I'm sure you can see that. Right. Next, the loom is BGW9. As I say, I've already took some B-roll, so I'll probably insert it at this part of the video, so you can see what it's like. And the loom is good, and I'm glad they chose BGW9 and no C3. C3 on a full loom dial is pish, utter pish, because the watch during the daylight it looks green. I don't want a green watch, I want a white watch. So obviously with BGW9 it looks white during the day, so happy days. The sapphire crystal, double domed, plenty of AR coating, I think. Aye, there was, aye. I didn't have any issues with it anyway when I was wearing it. And when did this arrive? Last week? Aye, and I wore it for a couple of days just to get a good feel for it. I didn't have any issues with the AR coating, so. And this is just a prototype. You've got to remember that. Proof of concept, as they say. 300 metres of water resistance, I mentioned that. Case back, screw down. Solid case back with the etched artwork, and I'll do the exact same as what Jodie did, and that's enough of that. What's next? The crown, I forgot to tell you the size. It's 6.8mm, and obviously that, I'm not keen on the polishing, that would be better like blasted or brushed or whatever. But still nice, and there's plenty of grip, and it's a perfect size for this watch. Just a ball hair under 7mm, so that's good. Last but not least, 1 year warranty. And pretty much like everybody else, I'm going to complain. 2 years minimum, please. Other than that, I mean, these things will last for ages anyway, but it's just nice to see, and it shows, you know, the manufacturer kind of backing their own product. I think 1 year for any watch is pretty rubbish. Well, it's no rubbish. It's still a warranty, innit? It lasts a year. But 2 years would be better. And that's about it. I've done the B-roll and blah. I'm thinking aloud here. Sorry. I've actually just realised that my tripod is actually set for the B-roll that I was doing before I made this video. So I'll just put it up a wee bit. Quick wrist check. I'm wearing the Dryden Heartlander. Great watch. Anyway, you're not here to see that. Let me take that off. Right. There we go. Does fit my wrist. As I said at the beginning of the video, it's a bit chunkier than what I would normally wear. But it does conform to the wrist. As you can see, no overhang or anything. But what's it look again? 48, which is pretty much what I like to keep under. So I could wear this all day long. And I have done. It's a really nice watch. I like the design, especially the white one. I mean, you know what I'm like with white dials. But that's about it, guys. Big thanks to Carlos for sending out this prototype. I'll get it back to you or send it on, whatever. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. It does mean a lot to me when you do that. And I'll see you in the next video. Toodles.